Hey guys, Miss White here. I hope you guys enjoyed your extended holiday weekend. Good news, after Memorial Day, the rest of the school year seems to fly by, so that's my hope, and I'm going with it. So bear with me on this. We are getting to the more interesting stuff of the Civil War, believe it or not. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about these slides now. All right. So last week we talked about how the South decided to secede, starting with South Carolina. They're like, screw you, I'm no longer being a part of the Union, all because Abe Lincoln got elected president. One of my personal favorites. Obviously, the South did not agree with me on that. So, right, they seceded, they started their own country, yay you, I guess, whatever. Shortly after, the rest of the South followed suit with South Carolina and seceded. We now have our first battle of the Civil War happening in early April of 1861, all right? It happened at Fort Sumter, all right, off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, it was, like I said, it was the very first battle of the Civil War. It was a Union fort, and the Confederates saw it as an easy target. So they're like, well, what the hey? And started bombing it, shooting people at it. The South won. All right. And with this, the Civil War officially began. All right. You can still go see Fort Sumter to this day. If any of you ever, for whatever reason, decide to go to South Carolina, I highly recommend it. You can still see bullet holes in the sides of the buildings and cannonball holes at Fort Sumter. So it's kind of cool, but, maybe I'm just weird and into that sort of thing, I guess. Anyway, with this, we got the next battle, the Battle of Bull Run. When I say the next battle, it's the next battle I'm choosing to care about. This happened in July, so what is that? 3 months after the first battle of 1861. Bull Run was few miles outside of our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. The cool thing about the Battle of Bull Run, people literally brought picnic lunches to the battle. They literally just sat down, ate some lunch with little Timmy, their son, and decided to just watch it all play out. Like, I don't know about you. If I saw a battle happen right in front of me with people dying in horrific ways or losing limbs from cannonballs, I would lose my appetite. Don't get me wrong, I would probably watch still, but I would lose my appetite. But anyway, people brought a picnic lunch. The South won again, people. This battle, super significant. Not only because people were weird and watched it while eating their lunch, but also because it proved that the war would not end quickly. Crap, right? People started this war, hooray, woohoo, thinking that the war would end soon. The Battle of Bull Run proved differently. This also proved that both sides needed conscription. Now, I know what you're all probably thinking. What is conscription, Miss White? Well, I'll tell you. Conscription is the draft. It's just a fancy word for the draft. Conscription makes it sound fancier. All right. Anyway, originally, men between the ages of 18 and 35 were the first to be drafted. Eventually, that age got extended 17 years old all the way to 50 years old because they got desperate near the end of the war, right? The Civil War lasted 4 years. You run out of people, all right? So you got to start extending that draft age a little bit, all right? Today, all men in the United States, all American citizens over the age of 18, male American citizens, wow, I'm struggling. Over the age of 18, all of you will get signed up for the draft, whether you want to or not. Oh, isn't that fun? But ladies, not us, so whatever. All right. Anyway, people hated being drafted. This is a theme throughout history whenever the draft is a thing. Shocking. People don't want to be forced to go into a war. I don't know about you. I have no desire to do that myself. Personally, I hate guns. They freak me out. So I would not be the type of person you would want in a war. All right. But during desperate enough situations, right, we'll see the draft again, World War I, World War II, and Vietnam. I'm not sure if there was one in Korea or not. But the last draft was used during Vietnam. And people didn't like it. People were burning draft cards, moving to Canada, right? People didn't like it. But during the Civil War, people literally started riots over this, right? I ain't fighting in no war, blah, 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 right? Some Northerners, this was in the North, all right? The South was more on board with it. Heck yeah, we're going to fight for our rights here. We're going to fight for slavery. We're going to fight for state rights. Dixieland forever, woo, or yeehaw, or whatever they say. But people in the North are like, no, right? Some people didn't believe in the war. Why are we even fighting? They want slavery. That's in the South. That sucks for them. Slavery sucks, but I don't live in the South, so it doesn't affect me, was their mindset. Northern cities were also full of immigrants fresh off the boat from Europe who didn't want to fight in a war. I just got here and you're going to make me fight in a war that I know nothing about? That doesn't make sense. Think of all the Irish immigrants that came over with the potato famine, the German immigrants who literally left Germany for war. They didn't want to fight in a war in Germany. What makes you think they want to fight a war here? Didn't make sense. Also, some Northerners hated Lincoln. How? I don't know. But some genuinely didn't like Lincoln. And also, some Northerners were actually racist, killing innocent free blacks. Why? They saw this is a war fought over slavery. And so they already didn't like this war, as I mentioned previously, right? But now they're fighting a war over slavery. So some Northerners turned racist just because, oh, I'm fighting this war because of you. I lost my loved ones because of people like you. So people started getting really nasty during the Civil War. All right. It wasn't just hillbillies and racists down in the South, but it also existed in the North as well, contrary to popular opinion. All right. I will stop there right now because I'm realizing I'm talking a lot. So I'll just make this into more videos. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned.